NewsHour at 9 and I am Swati Joshi. The Mahayuddh over Mahua Moitra's impending expulsion from the parliament has paved the way for a fierce political battle for 2024 general elections. The Parliamentary Ethics Committee indicted TMC MP Mahua Moitra in the cash for query scandal. The TMC MP has roared that this unethical expulsion will only double her victory margin in 2024 elections. Mahua Moitra, however, has lashed out at the panel, saying she will be the first MP to be unethically expelled by the ethics panel. With general elections merely 5 months away, she taunted the BJP, saying that the monkey business has doubled her victory margin. Her party too has now rallied behind her, slamming the BJP for being anti-woman. India bloc partners have already vociferously defended Mahua against the alleged cheer haran by the ethics panel. They perhaps feel that with elections around the corner, the Nari Shakti card will yield them dividends. But after excerpts of the ethics panel hearing came to light, the BJP accused the TMC MP of using the woman card since she realized that she was cornered. They in fact warned that a CBI probe will reveal the truth.
कोई भी सांसद यदि कहता है कि मेरे 4 आदमी यूज कर रहे हैं तो सरकार ने ये अथॉरिटी नहीं दे रखी है। और लोकसभा सेक्रेटेरिएट जो है एक पीए दिया हुआ है हमको, उसी पीए से काम कराना है। यदि कॉम्पिटेंट पीए नहीं है तो दूसरे को हटा के रखिए। उसमें भारत के कई एक ऐसे सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन है जो कि 24 घंटा पहले 48 घंटा पहले एमपीज को मिल जाते हैं। उससे आप मार्केट मैनिपुलेट कर सकते हैं।
हर चोर यही कहता है कि रिपोर्ट आ रही गलत आ रही है, मेरा न्याय हुआ, मेरे साथ कहीं भी न्याय नहीं हुआ है। क्या दस्तावेज नहीं है, क्या प्रूफ नहीं है कि आपने ये क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं, पैसे लेके पूछे, बड़े बड़े गिफ्ट आपने लिए हैं? तो आपको ऐसा लगता है तो कोर्ट खुली है ना, जाइए ना, सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हो रही है, सीबीआई इंक्वायरी सारा कुछ सामने आ जाएगा। तो ऐसा बड़ा गिरोह है जो देश विरोधी ताकतों के साथ मिला हुआ है और देश को तोड़ना चाहता है, गिराना चाहता है। ऐसे लोगों को कोई बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा।
अपमानित हो रहा है, महिला को अपमान कर रहा है, ये कुछ नहीं हुआ, ये सारे नाटक है। तृणमूल पार्टी भी पल्ला झाड़ लिया, तो इसीलिए अपराध साबित हो चुका है और अपराध साबित हो चुका होने का बाद महुआ मोइत्रा को उचित त्यागपत्र दे देना चाहिए।
But the India bloc has stood by the TMC MP. They questioned the procedure adopted by the ethics panel to recommend expulsion of Mahua Moitra. Watch how they call the BJP anti-woman.
एथिक्स कमेटी तो अनएथिकल काम कर रहा है ना। ये क्या है, जो महुआ मोइत्रा वो उसका वॉइस दबाने के लिए ऐसा हो। महुआ मोइत्रा शी हर्सल वो काफ़ी है, खुद काफ़ी है ये लड़ाई लड़ने के लिए, और जो भी भाजपा करेगा उसका जवाब वोट से जाएगा।
The entire thing appears to be very unfair with already set strategy and target to demean, humiliate, and even the other day the questioning was such that there was total disrespect to the woman member. The Honourable MP will handle the 2 allegations which she is supposed to answer, etc. Before the investigation is has even begun, you've already made a recommendation for in the report by the Ethics Committee.
Ethics Committee has misused its powers, and it has become a BJP's mission to stop the voices against Mr. Adani. Adani is nation, or whether Adani's security is national security, BJP has to be very clear about it.
And this brings us to our legitimate question tonight. Expulsion card, Boon or bane? Let's open this up and go across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Let's open this up and go across to our guest tonight. On the panel, we have with us Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow IPCS, Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, Riju Datta, national spokesperson of the TMC, and we also have Dr. Sumansi Raman, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Sanju Verma, my first question is to you, because in the latest reaction, Mahua Moitra has once again slammed everybody, the government, the BJP, the ethics panel committee. Mahua Moitra says this is a kangaroo court. And, this was monkey business right from the start. This is only going to help me in 2024. That is her assessment.
Okay. Swati, a very happy Dhanteras to you and all your viewers. And you're looking very nice. Coming to the more important topic. Let's be very clear, Swati. What is the job of the Ethics Committee, which came into existence way back in March 1997? And the first chairman of the Ethics no less than the then Vice President, Mr. K. Narayanan. The Ethics Committee's responsibility, and I quote, the committee is charged with investigating and adjudicating any alleged violations of the House rules or any related statutes by House members, officers or employees. So let's be very clear, the Ethics Committee does not have the powers to conduct a criminal investigation. But the Ethics Committee is well within its rights to recommend an expulsion based on moral turpitude by any House member. So the key question we need to ask is, will there be a CBI probe? Yes. Will there be a probe by the Anti-Corruption Department, Swati? Yes. Will there be a probe under various sections of the IPC, including trespassing and criminal intimidation, for which she has been booked based on the complaint by I.N.D.I.A? Yes. But can we say that the Ethics Committee की तो criminal adjudication की authority नहीं है? So why are we creating this brouhaha? The simple logic is this. There has been a violation of the moral code, and why? I will just very quickly say this to you. Forget about the fact that 49 occasions when Darshan Hiranandani logged into Mahua Moitra's account is something that she has directly or indirectly acknowledged by saying, yes, so what if he logged into my account? Secretarial staff is allowed to log into the accounts of members of parliament. First and foremost, Jay I.N.D.I.A की complaint को side में रखिए. Using common sense. Is Darshan Hiranandani Mahua Moitra's personal assistant? No. Is Darshan Hiranandani part of Mahua Moitra's secretarial staff? No. Darshan Hiranandani is a real estate tycoon based out of Dubai. And just 20 seconds more. Mahua Moitra is not just a member of parliament. She is a member of the Standing Committee of Parliament on Information Technology. Mahua Moitra is a member of the Joint Committee on Personal Data Protection Bill. Mahua Moitra is a member of the Consultative Committee on Health and Family Welfare, which means each of those 49 times when Darshan Hiranandani logged into Mahua Moitra's account, he had access to all the workings of these said committees, which is a gross violation of national security, gross violation of parliamentary processes, gross violation of parliamentary ethics, and Mahua Moitra's conduct is nothing more than Khisiani Billi Khamba Noche.
Okay. Now Sanju Verma, Mahua Moitra says that, if an investigation has been recommended, which means the case against her has to be established, then how come this report of expelling her? How come they've arrived at this decision? Riju Datta, I know you want to come in. Let me sort out your audio. I'll take a direct rebuttal from you, Riju Datta. Let me bring in Sumansi Raman as well. Sumansi Raman, what Mahua Moitra, along with today in her tweet attacking the government, has said is that, in just a couple of months, there's going to be elections, and this is only going to boost her prospects. Is it really going to be seen as vendetta politics, or because she's admitted that she shared her login details, will this be seen as proper procedure being followed?
Swati, I have only one question, which I've been asking like a parrot every single day. Please show me the rule which prohibits sharing of login IDs for members of parliament. There must be a rule which has been violated. There must have been a law which has been violated, right? I mean, if I have broken a law, then a copy of that law must be made available, right? So, Mahua Moitra, in fact, I had put out this tweet yesterday, and Mahua had actually replied, saying that there is no such law or there is no such rule which has been given to parliamentarians. So, my point is, was it the right thing to do? No. But this is not about moral right or moral wrong. This is about, first of all, what kind of an ethical committee? I mean, it's an irony that they actually called it an ethics committee. When the kind of questions, by the way, the chairman of the committee or Ms. Aparajita Sarangi, the two members who I have seen speaking to the media on the BJP side, have not explicitly said that Mahua Moitra was not asked the questions that she has alleged. So what kind of ethics are we talking about? And what kind of ethics is it to expel somebody without even hearing the accused? I mean, the complainant. Mr. Hiranandani was not called for questioning. Was he called for questioning? I give you an affidavit saying some wrong has been committed by X or Y. Will you not call me and say, when were the gifts given? What were the gifts given?
How was it given? What is the total value in your assessment? Nothing. I give you a piece of paper making certain allegations, and immediately you take those allegations at face value that they must be true, without even calling and counter-questioning Mr. Darshan Hiranandani.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra,
I mean, what kind of
Dr.
justice is
Raman
that?
has raised two issues. He says that there are no laws. I want to understand, do the NIC guidelines not suggest that the Member of Parliaments cannot share their login ID, password details with anyone? Does it not say that a designated authority's permission has to be taken before doing that? One. Two, Dr. Sumansi Raman is also saying that there was no opportunity given to the opposition members in the panel to cross-examine. Has anybody cross-examined Darshan Hiranandani? No. Fair chance was not given. Abhijit Iyer Mitra.
I just want your viewers to see, if you can zoom into what I'm showing you. It's rule number 1, not to share your password.
Sorry,
this is the NIC.
This is not a law.
Sir, you show me a law which says, you show me, I didn't interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me. There is also no law that says you shall not murder. That is in the 10 Commandments. Okay, there is a punishment for murder.
No, there is a law.
Show me which part of the Constitution says that thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. There are punishments prescribed in the IPC, but it does not say thou shalt not.
So show me the IPC which shows what is the
Sir, I did not interrupt while you were speaking. Please don't
act.
interrupt while I'm speaking, okay? You asked, I showed you. Now next.
No, you have not answered the question. You said that there is a punishment for everything. So show me the punishment in IPC for sharing a password.
I haven't finished yet. Let me finish. Can you please keep quiet while I'm talking? It's bad manners. Second, what point was it? I've forgotten. This is what he does.
You were talking about the NIC guidelines. Point number 1 says don't share your password.
Right. Second, at the end, it says, shall not share details of email accounts and email addresses with unless authorized by competent authority of the department. Okay, there are lots of things in which punishments aren't mentioned, but here the rule itself is mentioned. Notice how he says, when I show him the rule where it says you shall not share it, he says, show me the punishment. When the punishment is there, he says, show me where the rule is. This is the, excuse me, sir, I did not interrupt you. Please stop interrupting me. It is very bad manners. It is a bad upbringing. Please keep quiet. Now, second, he keeps raising this issue of, where is the punishment, where this is the punishment. This is the punishment. You see, it is recommended to the speaker, and it is up to the speaker to determine ethical violations. See, an ethical violation is fundamentally a gray area. The criminality is a black and white.
Okay.
So criminality is decided by courts. Ethics violation, precisely because they are gray areas, get adjudged by the committee and pronounced on by the speaker. The criminality then goes to court.
Okay, I want to bring in Riju Datta. I hope your audio is through. Just go ahead. You wanted to rebut Sanju Verma?
See, I just want to go straight down to the point. I have heard 3 eminent speakers before me, including Sanjuji. There are only 2 sides to this Mahua story. One is the cash for query, and the second one is sharing of login and password. Now, in the cash for query, nothing has been established because the draft of the ethics-less committee that they have submitted to the Lok Sabha speaker, they have not even mentioned a single point about cash for query. So it is basically Darshan Hiranandani's words against Ms. Mahua's words. And in this case, Darshan Hiranandani was not even called in front of the ethics committee because the ethics committee does not have a criminal jurisdiction. So cash for query is out of question now. The second is login and password. My question is this: I have done a dozen debates from the last 3 days on this topic, and not a single BJP spokesperson or a single BJP supporter or a BJP MP cannot tell me an expert of one particular rule. Like I can say rule 275 was violated, 275(2) was violated when the draft was made public before its adoption. Now quote me one rule that governs the MP's right or wrongs of sharing login password in the parliamentary protocol. Until and unless that is established, what Mr. Raman was saying and what even Iyer Mitra was saying to a certain extent, if there is no law to govern it, how can you say somebody has done it right or somebody is wrong?
Okay.
So this entire thing is a classic case of intimidation, political vendetta and a moronic circus.
Okay, moronic circus, political vendetta. And if, there are no laws, then how can you prove violations? Sanju Verma, go ahead.
Thank you. Riju was making an argument and till the end he was, making some
some pertinent points. But when he said this is a moronic circus, I have to now remark saying that if there is one person who's the moron in this entire thing, who has breached parliamentary ethics and now continues to take the moral high ground, has shown scant regard for ethics, but continues to sit in judgment on just about everybody else. And if there's somebody who's supporting the circus, it is the TMC. The moron in the circus is Mahua Moitra. But let's not get into semantics. Let us not undermine the gravity and the gravitas of the debate. Suman Raman asked a very pertinent point. I will now answer. And I will also answer with you very pointedly. Article 81 of the Constitution, I have it in front of me, and Article 99, which is an oath or affirmation by members once they are elected to the Lok Sabha. If you read Article 81 of the Constitution, it's a lengthy one, along with Article 99. It talks about maintaining secrecy. It talks about public probity. It talks about high standards of individual conscience and being conscientious, which need to be maintained. Point number 2, Riju spoke about Rule 276. Rule 275 and 276 are the focus areas of rules of procedure of the Lok Sabha. Now, which rule has Mahua Moitra broken? I will tell you, Swati, please bear with me for 30 seconds. Rule 246 of the rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Lok Sabha clearly say that you cannot share information which you are privy to by virtue of being a member of parliament with the public before the information comes into the public domain. Point number 1. Point number 2. You know, if you realize, initially Mahua Moitra said, so what if it's an affidavit by I.N.D.I.A, it is not notarized, so it has no legal sanctity. Within 24 hours, I.N.D.I.A gave a notarized affidavit, which means it now has legal sanctity. It is not Darshan word against Mahua Moitra. And point number 3, my last point. Mahua Moitra keeps screaming, Adani. Mahua Moitra, through Swati Joshi's show, I want to ask you a question. In September 2022, Mamata Banerjee government gave Gautam Adani a 25,000 crore contract to build and renovate the Tajpur deep sea port in eastern Midnapur district, followed by a 10,000 crore contract to modernize the Haldia port. Adani has been given in less than a year 35,000 crore worth of projects by the TMC dispensation led by Mamata Banerjee. Jab aap karte ho, you say this is a regular business deal. But
regular business deal when TMC does it. All right. Okay, Riju Datta, respond to that, but you know, also respond to what Mahua Moitra has said about doubling the margin in the Lok Sabha election. Will this be seen as she, being victimized? Will this be seen as political vendetta against her? Will people see this as procedure being followed, as is being claimed by the government, that she is admitted to sharing her login ID details and the government, or rather the panel, the ethics committee, is taking action?
See, Swati, what I will say for TMC, Sanjuji will say for BJP, there are supporters on this panel who will say either for BJP or against BJP. But it does not matter. What matters is what the people of the country, before they vote, what they think is what BJP is doing. And I think the people of this country can see that BJP has become very busy before the Lok Sabha elections, whether it is trying to put Kejriwal behind bars, whether it is harassing Abhishek Banerjee, putting Pegasus on his phone, whether it is arresting Sanjay Singh, whether it is harassing Ashok Gehlot's son. So they have a lot of job to do. So this is what the country can see, what is happening. That if you have a strong voice in the parliament, if you ask questions against Mr. Modi, if you ask questions about how illegal contracts were given to Mr. Adani, you will be forcefully shut up. Okay. And it is quite evident. So I am telling you, if she is expelled from the parliament, she will get nomination in the Krishnanagar constituency in 2024 elections, and I'm sure she will double or even triple her margin. Okay, now coming back again to the question of the debate here, I will say, yeah, can I
want to just quickly bring in Lokesh Jindal on that point you raised.
So what Sanjuji was telling,
Lokesh Jindal, what do you think about her?
No, I'll just finish in 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I'll come back to you. Mr. Datta, I'll come back.
10 seconds. Okay.
Lokesh.
Well, the ethics committee, it is carrying out the investigation in the name of cash for query. but ethics committee itself has submitted that it lacks means so as to establish a money trail, and it has left it to the government of India to investigate and establish a money trail and a quid pro quo. So basically, the very premise of a cash for query on which the ethics committee is investigating finds no basis. The point is, the charge on which Nishikant Dubey, he held Mahua Moitra responsible, his confidant, Dehadrai, himself has confessed in front of the committee that he has never met Hiranandani personally. There are so many loopholes. No money trail is established. Dehadrai has never met Hiranandani personally. The quid pro quo is yet to be established. I don't know on what basis is ethics committee coming to a conclusion.
Okay, Abhijit Iyer Mitra wants to come in. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Riju Datta says people can see through this. People can see through that this is political vendetta, and because elections are nearing, margin of victory will be doubled. For maybe it will increase by three times.
Absolutely, Swati. I agree with them 100%. You know, after Amit Shah and Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi is the third biggest campaigner of the BJP. And just like that, I agree, the BJP is the biggest campaigner for Madam Mahua Moitra in Krishnanagar. I'm sure she'll come back with 50 lakh votes. Her majority will be 50 lakhs, mark my words. Okay. Second, I think we have to repeat this over and over again. It's really weird that people aren't listening. It is ethics, not law. It is the rule breaking of password sharing, not the criminality involved in this. I don't know why the other panelists are having difficulty comprehending basic English. Third, you know, Hiranandani is not being cross-examined in this for a very simple reason. This entire session that happened where Mahua Moitra was meant to depose and defend herself, she deposed completely uninterrupted. It was during the cross-interrogation that she refused to cooperate, became disruptive to the point where the ethics committee has asked the speaker to devise new rules because they've never dealt with such quote-unquote recalcitrant behavior before. Now, if you are not allowed to carry out the proceedings, it comes to an end. You know, for example, in a defamation case, if somebody just keeps postponing, there is a judgment that is made ex parte. Third, since everybody is asking about a rule, you know, there is actually a criminal element in this if it is established. Section 66D of the Information Technology Act, 3 years in jail for digital impersonation. Okay. 3 years in jail for digital impersonation.
Okay, Dr. Suman wants to come.
Well, first of all, this is not
Hiranandani is not the elected representative of the
No, the OTP goes to Mahua Moitra. She has said that the OTP was on her phone. He authorized each and every question which went there. So there is no question of, I mean, this is, okay. The second point is very irrelevant. Mr. Hiranandani made various allegations. He said, quote unquote, expensive gifts, holidays which he sponsored, travel which he sponsored. And he never gave any details. The part was, Mahua was the one who came and said, look, these are the list of things that I received from Mr. Hiranandani. I mean, it's amazing that they did not forget about whether it is an ethical violation or a rule violation, law violation.
Can I come in? Can I come in?
May I come in? Justice demand that you ask for some level of proof. Now, as far as this login ID is concerned, I keep coming back to
that. Will that not be covered? Will that not be covered in the investigation that has been recommended?
No. Then why do you expel her? No. If you are expelling her for sharing her ID password, why is there a PA and PS login available on the Lok Sabha portal? Obviously, PS is PA. People by them are allowed to log in. No, 1 minute. That means hundreds and maybe thousands of people have access to this portal.
All right.
Not only.
Okay. You're saying if an investigation is needed, and according to you, other MPs are practicing this as well, then Sanju Verma, why is Mahua Moitra being expelled? Now he's also saying that there is no mention of the cash trail, which was the main allegation against Mahua Moitra.
No.
Okay. Swati, you know, as Abhijit Iyer Mitra very rightly pointed out, let us be very clear. Mahua Moitra's expulsion recommended by the ethics committee and a decision about which shall duly be taken by the Speaker after this is discussed on the floor of the Lok Sabha is something that will happen eventually. What happens that you and we will find out very soon. But let us make a clear distinction on your debate today. The criminality of the charges leveled against Mahua Moitra, be it charges via IPC, be it the charges being probed by the CBI, be it the corruption charges being probed by the Lokpa, Lokayukta or the Anti-Corruption Bureau, those will be established in due course of time. But purely on the basis of moral violations, purely on the basis of violation of the ethical code of conduct of the Lok Sabha, she deserves an expulsion. 20 seconds. I remember
Except that we can't show you.
Committee in 2005
We can't show you the code of conduct.
expulsion of 11 members of parliament. There were 6 BJP members who were expelled in 2005 by the ethics committee. And all these.
No, it was privilege committee, madam. No. 2005 was a privilege committee.
Can I come in?
No, one second. Lokesh Jindal was saying that was privilege committee, that was not ethics committee.
It was not the ethics committee.
Sanju Verma, Lokesh Jindal says it was privilege committee, it was not ethics committee.
Let me finish. I will tell you what. Initially, what happened in 2005, the ethics committee recommended an expulsion. From the ethics committee.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It was privilege committee, madam. It was not a ethics committee.
When I'm done, you can speak.
Madam, please get your facts right.
Swati, can I come in?
Please, I don't need to learn. Can I finish, please?
Okay, one second. Quickly finish your point. Others want to come in. Yes, Sanju, finish your point.
The procedure is this, Lokesh. First, a moral violation goes to the ethics committee. Ethics committee decides whether it should directly go by Rule 316E to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or to the privilege committee. Once the Speaker decides and the Lok Sabha adopts the resolution, she still has an opportunity to go to the Supreme Court. This is what happened with the PK Bansal committee. It first went to the ethics committee, then to the privilege committee.
Okay, Lokesh Jindal, then Riju Datta. Lokesh Jindal, then Riju Datta.
Supreme Court also stood by the ethics committee. 2007.
Okay, Lokesh Jindal.
And it called for
Sanju Verma, the constitution of ethics committee and that of privilege committee has a different mandate and they have a different jurisdiction altogether. Please let me complete. Privilege committee, if you look at the rules of business, privilege committee is way more potent. It has way more authority.
Okay, allow Lokesh Jindal to at least make his point, and then we can counter him. Then he can be countered, please. Allow him to make his point, then you can counter him. Yes.
Privilege committee, it has the authority to summon a non-parliamentarian as well. And privilege committee has the authority to recommend suspension. And it has never been that ethics committee since the time it has been constituted that it has recommended an expulsion or a suspension. Right now, what we see today is ethics committee. Madam, please, we are talking about facts. Please do not pass personal comments. No. I am stating facts. I am stating facts to you. Tell me, when has ethics committee ever recommended suspension?
Can I come in?
In 2005.
When has ethics committee? 2005. It was privilege committee, madam. It was privilege committee. No. Come on, this cannot be done. I mean, in 2005, please have the fact checked.
Okay, Riju Datta wants to come in. Riju Datta, I want your specific response to this. I want your specific response to this. Now, you know, the opposition and others, those who are siding with Mahua Moitra and see no wrong in it, say that other MPs are also doing it. They are sharing it with their personal assistants and secretaries. But here we're talking about a business tycoon. Darshan Hiranandani is no personal secretary or personal assistant of Mahua Moitra. So why was he using the login ID details and he was drafting questions and posting on her behalf?
This is the question that you have asked. Why doesn't the ethics committee ask the same question to Darshan Hiranandani? Why was not he called? And any businessman have their interest in this country, whereas Darshan Hiranandani has more than 1 lakh crore investment in BJP run states. Now let me come down to 2 words that has been flung around in this debate. Can I finish? Sanju ji, please, please. Just 2 words that has been flung around in this debate is ethics and morality. Now, I am asking, as a part of a political party, I am asking, Where is the ethics of the ethics committee, which has given a recommendation of suspension for Mahua Moitra in 10 days? Why that ethics committee has not called Ramesh Biduri in 6 months when he was caught abusing on the floor of the parliament? Why has Nishikant Dubey not been called, the complainant in this case, on fake certificates? He should not be in the parliament in the first place. Now the last point is about morality. What morality is BJP talking about? What is their yardstick? Brij Bhushan Saran Singh in the parliament, is that the yardstick that the other people should also follow? The bottom line is people with an IQ of an IKEA cabinet who are brainwashed into a sycophant, I cannot teach them what is right and what is wrong.
All right, Mr. Mitra.
I'm sorry, I cannot.
Okay, Mr. Mitra.
So look, I just have a very simple point to make regarding, because this keeps it. Are you noticing something? They keep going away from the ethics of password sharing to everything else under the sun. There is no need for any further discussion on the password sharing because it was there in the accusation of Mr. I.N.D.I.A. Then Mr. Darshan Hiranandani confirmed it in his affidavit, and then Ms. Mahua Moitra herself has confirmed it that I have shared my password. अब इसमें proof की क्या जरूरत है भाई?
No, but Mahua Moitra keeps saying everyone else does it. But Mahua Moitra keeps saying everyone does it.
So Mahua Moitra, let her name.
Where is the guideline that it is wrong?
Let her name MP.
There is a very simple.
Why is he talking again?
Okay, one second, Dr. Raman, let Mr. Mitra finish his point. I'll come to you for a rebuttal.
So then she should name the MPs, no? Here, I.N.D.I.A has come out and named this particular MP. If she knows other MPs who are sharing it, it's a shocking violation. They should absolutely be expelled. Ms. Mahua Moitra should come on record right now and tell us which MPs are sharing their password. Not doing so is collusion with another.
Dr. Raman, now you can go ahead.
Swati, it will take exactly, as somebody who has some idea of IT, it will take exactly 3 minutes to generate a report for NIC as to which MP has shared his password, how many IP locations have accessed this particular member's portal, and so on. It will take exactly 5 minutes. So if the government wants, it can find out how many MPs have shared their password, how many locations where was the portal accessed. This is for anybody in NIC with little bit of seniority. It will take exactly
illegal.
10 minutes to get this information.
Completely illegal. There has to be an accusation and there has to be an investigation. You can't just go around. This is like tapping everybody's phone. It is a violation of the ID.
There is no guideline.
I'm sorry. I don't think, first of all, there is no guideline. 1 minute. Swati, let me finish. The point is, as part of security guidelines, these things are routinely done. Normally, there should have been a firewall which prevents access from outside the country. So obviously, that even has not been done.
Okay, so you're saying it is the fault of the system. It is the fault of the system, but not the fact that Mahua Moitra shared it with the business tycoon and then she admitted. Also, as far as the give and take is concerned, Darshan Hiranandani should be questioned. On why did he use, but Mahua Moitra does not need to specify why she shared that.
My question is very simple, Swati. Please show the rule book.
Mahua Moitra can fight her own battle.
He's making a case for Pegasus. Do you realize, Swati, he's just made a case for Pegasus, that there should be roving inquiries on everybody and should be monitored. He's the biggest supporter of Pegasus on this panel.
I don't think he even understands. I don't think he even understands.
You don't understand our roving inquiries.
Lokesh Jindal, then Sanju Verma. Lokesh Jindal, is this going to be one of the one of the big issues for the I.N.D.I.A bloc now?
Swati, we are getting confused between criminality, illegality, unethical code of conduct, morality. Everything is getting mixed up. Tell me, law, if a law is being passed, if it sets a law whereby everybody is supposed to be adhering to, and somebody bypasses it or acts in a contravenous manner, at that point of time it's illegal. A person's conduct is illegal. But if at all she has shared her password with somebody, and that person
that's the whole point. It's not just somebody, some random individual. We're talking about Darshan Hiranandani.
The ethics committee can censure that particular act it can give a notice, it can give a warning, and after that it can lay down a rule and a framework for it.
Okay.
But then coming in a very, very high-handed manner, completely suspending the person.
High-handed manner. The ethics committee is operating in a high-handed manner, Sanju Verma.
What is high-handed?
Selectively only targeting Mahua Moitra and not others.
It's biased and
let's be very
compromised.
clear. Let's be very clear. Mahua Moitra has indulged in a quid pro quo. She has admitted as much in a debate where I was on another channel.
Wait, Swati, this is yet to be stated by Ethics Committee also. Ethics Committee has clearly stated that it is left to the government of India to investigate and establish
Let her finish. Your point is, if investigation has not happened, which will establish the case, why expel? Okay, Sanju Verma.
Yes.
No, Swati, on this comment to the anchor, she was doing a solo interview before our debate started, and she said, "So what if I take a few gifts?" Yes, I did take a few gifts in time. I recall I must have taken 2 or 3 gifts. The question here is not about whether she took cash or gifts, whether she took 2 gifts or 200 gifts. The fact is she engaged in a sleazy quid pro quo. She used her public position for private gain. She shared her login 49 times.
Right after Sanju Verma.
But a real estate tycoon based out of Dubai who has business interests in India. She used Adani. But the fact is Mahua Moitra is the face of crony capitalism. Mahua Moitra is the face of what is wrong with people in public life in India.
Riju Datta, respond to that. Also to what Nishikant Dubey said in this latest tweet. He says, in fact, her login ID details were accessed simultaneously from different locations. So who all were using her login ID details?
She's as shameless.
No, see, Nishikant Dubey's, who, as per Nishikant Dubey's, as per his certifications filed in his affidavit, he has passed his BA course at the age of 12. So let that get investigated first. I don't think he has any right to even remain in the parliament. But leaving that aside, I think Mahua Moitra is quite capable and competent to fight her own battle. It is not about cash for query, Swati. The question is cash for not query. How many MPs have taken money from Mr. Adani for not asking questions about him? That should be investigated. How many BJP MPs or MPs have taken money from Adani not to target him?
Okay, so if you're not asking questions, Mr. Mitra, that needs to be investigated too. If you're not asking questions to Adani, then probably you've taken money.
So, you know, this is guilt by negation. Just look at the legal tangles they're coming across. Do you know the fundamental difference between a KGB Stasi state and a free country, Swati, is in a KGB Stasi state, the police can go and monitor anything, everything without a warrant. Okay, in a free country like ours, you have to get a warrant. There is a due process and everything to go check on people's financial records, their data records, and data records come under the Telecom and I.N.D.I.A.
All right.
Okay, they don't even know this basic. Then, if you are not asking questions about Adani, then you are clearly, so I have to wake up and say Pakistan Zindabad every morning, otherwise I'm taking money from the ISI. Sorry, Pakistan Murdabad every morning, otherwise I'm taking money from the ISI. Bhai, ye kya logic का बना के रखा है यार.
But will people buy this logic? Logic is the big question because Mahua Moitra claims that a victory margin is going to be doubled.
Yes,
that remains to be. That remains to be seen. Will this expulsion card prove to be a boon or bane? That remains to be seen. And with that, gentlemen and Sanju Verma, that's all that I have for the debate. Thank you very much for joining us. Moving